Yes, sir. Time to go live. Got her done. And we are back on a Saturday, right? You thought that Saturday broadcasts were over on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA, but you were wrong because the season goes on. The holiday season, that is, Mr. Weintraub, as we are live on location at Blake Corum'S first toy drive. And it is off to a phenomenal start. So you guys, I got to understand our process. We have the setup process that we do early. And they said there's so many people that we need to start the whole thing early. That, showbiz, it'd be akin to having a Broadway show. And they were saying the line is around the corner. So, hey, all the actors get on the stage and start right now, right? So, hey, that's why we're going live right now at 11 as opposed to a little bit earlier. But, man, Ira's off to a great start.
Sam, it's been unbelievable. We got here at about 8 o'clock, or I got here about 8 o'clock, and there were already like a couple of people here. And then by 9 o'clock, there was like a dozen or so people here. By 9:30, the line was down to Nordstrom. By 10 o'clock, it was down to Nordstrom, back all the way to the other side to Macy's. Over 4,000 people have been here to bring toys. I thought it was crowded at the Slippery Noodle Nut last Saturday. That crowd was small in comparison. Yeah. This has been an amazing start. And the toy drive technically started 1 minute ago, and they've been going strong for over an hour.
Yeah, we'll give you some shots of the crowd. We got Josh Newkirk over doing a stand-up interview right now, but we had to get the day started with a gentleman you all met yesterday. When it comes to NIL support, when it comes to support for an endeavor like this, you need great partners. And that's what Blake said. I got to have some support for not just my personal endeavors, but when I want to give back to the community. So the first company he reached out to is his great partner, Wolverine Boots, and joining us from Wolverine.
But Sam, it's not just a great partner; it's a great brand with a great logo.
I love the logo.
With a really
the
sweet
logo is outstanding. The logo is outstanding. Scott Schloessel joined us yesterday, and I could tell people were moved for a couple of different reasons. Number one, to have you be so forward, so instant in your support of Blake's willingness to give back to the community, but as at the same time, Wolverine's support for Michigan student athlete NIL, that really moved a lot of Michigan fans when they learned about it.
Yeah, it's just been a great day so far. Big shout out to you guys, and just seeing all these people here, how meaningful Blake is, how meaningful the guys are, how meaningful the effort is. For us to be a part of it, it's just frosting on the cake from a good program this year.
We talked about it, Scott. Look, you can tell all these people they're coming out. The objective is, the reason is, the purpose is to give back. Right. To help families, to help kids that might not have a Christmas otherwise.
Exactly.
But then you add Michigan football to it, and you get this. I mean, when we get a chance, where's Lance? Can Lance, can we get some B-roll? Can you get the crowd for the people watching? We'll give you some shots of the crowd so you can see all these people around here. It is an amazing scene. The line is snaked around the entire.
It's insane in the best way possible. I know as we started thinking about this event, we started talking about this just a little over a week ago. We were hoping to get a few thousand people. I think we've doubled that. We'll probably triple that by the time we get through this. And that's just a testament to the great people, the great Michigan fans that are here, the great teammates that Blake has, and the great support that he has within the community.
Why was it so important for you guys to not just get behind Blake, but get behind this specifically?
We enjoyed the fruits of a really great season, really great partnership, and it can't just always be a take relationship. Honestly, it has to be a give back, right? We are a big part of Michigan, part of the Michigan fabric, and Michigan's a blue collar, hardworking state. And if somebody's in need in this state, then we want to be part of helping that.
Well, I can't think of a company more fitting to support Wolverines. It made me think, what took so long? Where was this for ages ago, right? You guys have been along, 140 years?
Yeah.
140
Right.
years, and we're talking about like the last
Right.
3 or 4.
Right.
Sam, what I'm hearing
Long
is,
overdue.
What I'm hearing is that after the first 4 years of Michigan football, there's been a long 140-year
Right.
gap.
Right.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, it kind
We
of
close the gap now.
it kind of coincides with back-to-back
There you go.
Big Ten
Exactly. You
championships,
see?
right?
When Wolverine got involved, everything changed. Right.
Hey, I'm just saying.
It's
Right?
not coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence.
Yeah, you put it all
Well,
together.
Sam, the best boost to kick someone's behind with.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
we talked about it yesterday. Blake did how it's synonymous with who he is as a player, but you guys have gone beyond. There are many other players that
There
you
are.
guys have formed NIL partnerships with that are here today, right?
There are. Yeah. And just to talk about these guys for just a second, I mean, every single one of them that is here has been part of the program with us. They are outstanding young men. I call them kids. They're not kids, right? I call them that because I'm old, right? My kids are their age. But I think the point is that when you work with these guys, it's not just they turn it on for a second and they turn it off and go about their business. They genuinely care about what they're doing. They care about the community. They care about the team. They care about how they represent a brand, which when you're in a brand and you represent a brand, you have to be careful who you partner with, right? There's always potential downside to that. There's been nothing but upside from Coach Harbaugh to all the athletes for us at Wolverine. And what's really fun for me is to see at corporate headquarters how people rally around this and get excited about it and just feel really connected to the team. And the more connectivity we can create between the team and the community, the team and companies, it's just going to be better for everyone.
Yeah, so you've been giving out discount codes here today.
We
That's for the
haven't.
people who
Yeah.
came out. But for folks who want to see all the things all the products you have to offer, how can they do that?
Wolverine.com. 24/7. It's
so,
up and running.
So what's your favorite? I mean, look, I'm sure you're going to say everything is great, but you know, if we go to what's in Scott Schloessel's sort of
Wardrobe.
go-to list,
Yeah.
your wardrobe, your Wolverine wardrobe,
Yeah.
what would be the first couple of things you grab?
My favorite are the 1,000-mile boots. Those are awesome boots. I love the boots that you got, the trade wedges. Great boots. I wear boots every day, and I like our shirt jacks. You'll see a lot of the guys in shirt jacks. You'll talk to Courtney a little bit later. She's wearing a shirt jack. The hoodies are great. It's just comfortable, good, hardworking gear. The boots are fantastic, truly. I mean, I know everybody's probably saying you say that because you work there, but I do. But they are very good boots, and we have great pride in the product that we put out into the marketplace. Great pride in this partnership, and great pride in being part of Michigan.
Well, when you came on yesterday, people were watching you live on the show, and so Mission Forward 3 said, "Best boots I've ever owned." Tater 6977. This is the first sponsorship that led to me buying their product. Awesome work boots. Went on. Paul Evans 3105 says, "Switching my work boots now for sure." So
It's awesome.
You're making moves with the people.
We are. One of the most fun aspects of this is MDen reached out. You know, Jared coordinates all of this, Jared Wangler. But we are now producing a Michigan work boot next year. So it's going to be a maize boot. There's a your usual brown boot available at MDen, which is just great because part of that, a portion of those proceeds go back to Champion Circle, which is what it's all about.
So that's all about.
And getting these guys what they deserve, right? You hear Coach talk a lot about revenue share, and those are the big dollars. But we need companies, we need people involved in helping support these guys as they go out because they do. The amount of work they put in is tremendous, right? And it never stops. It's every day, all year long, and they deserve the recognition. They deserve the financial support, and we're happy to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Scott Schloessel, you, my friend, I got to thank you for obviously everything that you've done to help support this event and support Michigan Student Athlete NIL. But personally, man, getting me in my Wolverine gear. I'm being a little selfish right now. But yeah, man, people don't know. I actually cut my own grass on my own zero turn. I can drive a skid steer. I can drive a front loader. I can work a backhoe. These are all things
I love that
I grew up doing.
That's exactly what this brand is founded in. And you know the best part about cutting your own grass? When we did the signing day in Bay City with the team, Coach Harbaugh and I had about 5 hours together, which I had no idea what to expect. Never met him. That guy mows his own lawn. He loves it. He's as blue-collar guy as there is out there. It was a fantastic time to meet him and learn what a leader, what leader these guys are turning into, right? Think about they're winning the long term. That's what I keep saying to my team at Wolverine is the Michigan players are winning the long term because they're coming in, they're leading. And it's not just about the winning. It's about the culture that they create, right? And it's about the brotherhood that they have. And it's about the challenges they faced. You talk to every one of them this morning. I talked to all of them. right? They're fired up for this game. They're fired up because they're playing with their brothers. They're fired up that they're representing our state, which is, you couldn't ask for anything better.
Absolutely. Hell of a logo, man.
Thank you.
I mean, I think we need to get some TKA.
We're gonna get you
Wolverine
some. We're
gear.
gonna hook you up.
We're gonna make that happen. Make that happen. Scott, appreciate you, man.
Yes, thank you for all the time. Thanks for having me on. I know you talked to Courtney a little bit later. Great stories with these guys this year, and just always appreciate the support and look forward to making it bigger next year.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Scott
Thank you,
Schloessel,
Ira.
Vice President of Marketing for Wolverine Boots. Listen, this is not possible as I see all the people coming through. Look at Deon Johnson coming through. We got some football parents coming in. What's up, Deon? How you doing? Good to see you, man. You bring some turnover buffs up in here? Where did they see? Product placement. Product placement. Yeah, hey, man. I put on the buffs right now if you brought them to me. All right. I think
We're going to put Scott in some buffs.
Yeah, no, this is an amazing scene as Lance is panning around to show the crowd, and Ira, this line is unbelievable.
I don't know if I've ever seen a mall look like this before. So a collection or a mall or any other group of stores. It's remarkable. As you said from before, for anyone that hasn't been here, the length is more or less like one length, from the middle of our home mall at Briarwood, like any traditional mall, more or less we're in the middle and there's a length on each side. And it went from the middle down to the Nordstrom wing, snaked around back where we are to the other side to the Macy's wing, and then snaked back. And at some point, Nate said they were outside too.
Did you guys hear the cheers?
And then
Let's go blue.
Yeah, we've had Let's Go Blue. We've had It's Great to be a Michigan Wolverine
Wolverine
chance.
Yeah.
Like, it is a true Maize and Blue takeover. We've seen at least 4 or 5,000 people come through.
Yes.
I've seen at least 2,000 or 3,000 people wearing Michigan versus everybody gear.
Mhm.
It's that kind of day, Sam.
Hey, Josh Newkirk, why don't you go get an interview with the father of Mr. Will Johnson? Bring him over there to the stand-up and see if he can tell us how proud he is of his kid. Yeah, grab him. See if he can tell us how proud he is of his son being an all Big Ten player this season. Look, okay, so a bike is being donated.
So
that's amazing.
Let me. So Scott, I don't know how close we've all been very busy leading up to the start of this, but I've had a chance to look at the line and look at what people are carrying. First of all, yes, that's a bike someone's just carrying onto the stage to go up there. But we have seen individuals walking in with like trash bag size worth of toys.
They're
like
gonna
2
have
of them,
thousands
right?
of toys.
Yeah,
thousands.
If it's 4,000 people, so say it's 5,000 people that come through, it's going to be like 20,000 toys or something like that. We've seen the National Guard carrying these huge red bags of toys. They're bringing it back to put them back so they can collect it all. And we've seen like dozens of those bags go by already. It's remarkable the generosity of the Michigan fan this time of year.
I also just think it's remarkable the attitude and the fun that everybody's having in line, right? The camaraderie. That's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
That's why we cheer for Michigan.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, you see the level of support that Michigan gets in the stadium every week. And so this shouldn't be a surprise, but good grief. I mean, I've seen drives before.
Yes.
But this is next level.
No, it's outstanding. And it doesn't happen, honestly, without you guys talking about it all week. It doesn't happen without what Valiant's doing and a lot of good people coming together to do the right thing.
Yeah, so we talked to Blake this morning. His girlfriend she did speed reading with the kids earlier. And as the proceeds, a portion of the proceeds from that book, from people who purchased the book, went to rent relief. So I want to send that message out to people right now who are watching. They're like, okay, I want to contribute. I want to get back. I can't be there to give a toy. What can I do? If you go to the Champion Circle website, you'll see a link to a donation portal for rent relief. And Blake said, don't call it rent relief, call it holiday relief, because he doesn't want it just relegated to rent, but it's used in part for that, to help people with rent issues.
We've talked about it. The Michigan football alum have put a fund together where they're helping their brothers out, right? So they're teaching that lesson and it's trickling down. And this time of year can be very difficult for people. And Blake, these guys have never had a chance up until a couple years ago. Now they've never had a chance to make money on their name image like this, to do real charity work outside of maybe show up somewhere you couldn't promote it ahead of time. And now you've got guys that are basically giving their NIL money back, right? there are a lot of things that JJ and Blake in particular, and obviously we're talking a lot with Blake about Blake because of this event today. There's a lot they could do with that money.
Oh, absolutely.
And put it in their pocket, save whatever it is. And they are taking so much of that money and diverting it back to causes or to their teammates. There are so many different ways that it goes back to the character of the guys. I know it kind of becomes a circular conversation that we have because we keep getting back to that, but it really truly is. I was talking to Angelique, who's over here. I really like. We all love this team because they win,
right?
But when you get to know this team, then you really love this team, right? Like it's a next level thing. It's not just about winning. And when you get to know the players, and I know you guys have like a dozen guys that you get to know through your events, and when you get to know their personalities, it adds to the. Sometimes you have teams you love, then you meet the guys, and you're like,
exactly.
I love the team, but
and these guys you want to stick with through thick and thin, right? They're just. And think Courtney on my team ran cross country at Michigan, and she talks about the life of a student athlete. Now you think about cross country versus football, and what she is constantly amazed about and constantly talks about is Blake's schedule, JJ's schedule, and the amount of craziness that surrounds their schedule, and still they give back. Still they give back, right?
You got to prioritize it.
Right?
They do.
Right? They do.
They do.
The day after Blake was hurt last year in Illinois, next day handing out turkeys, right? I mean, that's just the type of guys these are, and we're surrounded with them, and it's just a great time in Michigan football history, and these are great guys that deserve to be recognized.
Yeah, I mean, your point stands out even more when people realize, folks, this is their off week,
right?
They're
except for treatment, they're told
that's
to
it,
right? Get off your feet, like do whatever, right? Relax.
You report back. They are practicing Monday, so this is one of a few days that they have to themselves. And all these guys are out here today. That's just amazing.
Yeah, and it's just the support that Blake has. And I always think that the most interesting part is how both sides of the ball interact, right? The offensive guys and the defensive guys, a lot of times you see them separate. They don't. They hang out together, which is awesome.
Fantastic, Scott.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate your time. We'll get Courtney on in a little bit later. As we continue, though, one of the things that I want to highlight is that you have inspiration kind of flowing down the chain. So today's toy drive is just the first, because there's another toy drive that's coming, and we're going to have the father of one of those student athletes tell us about that toy drive, because it's inspiration. You see how on one hand, Blake, he opens the NIL door and all others follow. Well, he did a toy drive. Now he has teammates who are going to do a toy drive as well. So joining us to talk about that is my guy, Deon Johnson, father of a all Big Ten player. How about that, all Big Ten first team?
Oh, man, it's great. Almost brought me to tears when I found out he made All-American.
Yeah, man. I was like, hey, Pops.
Yeah, man. It's big. He works hard, though.
Yeah, he works really, really, really hard. So, Deon, first things first, man.
You want me off?
Watching your son go through this season and have to start out slow because of injury. And I'm sure that was a frustrating time for him, but you got to keep the main thing. Just talk me through how you were talking him through as his dad.
It's pretty much just trying to stay positive and just let him know that, take his time, get healed. He wants to be 100%. You don't want to go out there 50%, 80%. Just stay positive. Try to get him stay mentally in tune with everything. He had some rough patches in there, though, where he wanted to play. He felt like his rehab wasn't going as fast and progressing as fast as he wanted to. But, just keeping him focused. He got like the third week, he started feeling a lot better. The knee started feeling a lot better, and he felt that he was able to go, got out there. The first couple of weeks were a little rough, though.
Yeah.
First couple of weeks was a little rough. I mean, he hadn't played football since December of last year. So once he got back into it, he got more confidence in his knee and his abilities to do the things that he was doing the year before. So you could tell, like, as the season got on, he started playing more and more like he did at the end of last year.
So it was emotional, obviously, watching him become a Wolverine and run out the tunnel and have success his freshman year, have success on the field, all Big Ten. As you talked about going through the emotions, man. But I got emotional when I saw Charles on national TV.
Oh yeah,
put on this turnover bumps. I was like, oh man, look at him reaching back.
That was big. That was huge. I mean, doing stuff like that it's hard to get him to do it. And to see Wood do it, on national TV like that, it was real big. I mean, you sent us the video that morning, and it was just like, wow, it was a great feeling, and it brought a smile to all of our faces, man. We really appreciate the love that Woodson showed.
And so, what about the love from the fans? Because the turnover buffs, that's becoming like a little bit of a phenomenon here.
I know it started out with T-shirts and hoodies. Glasses came along, and it's just like everybody loves the glasses. Gus Johnson shouts it out all the time whenever he does a game. He's called them the Cardi Boys. Everybody loves the Cardi Boys now. So I mean, it's a real big thing. I mean, everybody loves. I mean, and the glasses are really, really, really cool glasses. Good quality pair of glasses. So I mean, you can every time. I mean, I think we lead the nation in turnover. So
come on, man.
You get to throw the buffs on at least twice a game, right?
Yeah, all the time.
So
all the time. It's rolling, and the fans getting involved with that. Talking to Deon Johnson, former Wolverine himself, but father of Will Johnson, who fantastic season, came on real strong, got all Big Ten, All-American honors. So he's also doing things off the field, though. He's here, obviously, to support this great toy drive. Man, this is an unbelievable crowd.
Right, it's crazy.
This is an unbelievable crowd.
I pulled up in the parking lot. I had to park on the other side, and you just seeing all the people with the Michigan gear on, and the excitement in everybody's face when as you walk around, and people are really excited to be here. This is a great event.
Yeah, so you get something like this started, and then others follow suit. So Will and Semaj, they have a toy drive coming up, right?
Yeah. So last year we gave away turkeys at a rec center in Detroit. With the season going away, it was a lot of stuff going on. So the Thanksgiving kind of came up on us kind of quick. So we talked about giving away some coats. So we ordered these coats with Williams' logo and his little league team, the Detroit Titans. So we partnered with them, and we bought 200 coats that we were going to give away. So talking with Semaj about some things, and he was saying that Semaj's dad, Semaj Sr., and he was talking about like trying to get together a toy drive. So I'm like, well, I have these coats. You got the toys. We can get the community involved. Reached out to community, the rec center in Detroit, and they wanted us back to have an event. So we're going to be at the Hellman Center in Detroit on the 23rd, giving out coats. We got a toy drive in Ann Arbor on the 17th, and so partnering with Semaj, we've got a lot of businesses now that want to jump on. That's coming along and partnering with us. So it should be may not be as big as this, but this is huge.
But it's work, hey man.
But
hey man,
we're trying to gather some toys up so we can support as many families in Detroit as we
making
can.
it happen. That is outstanding. Well, Deon, hey man, I'm living vicariously through you, brother.
Oh man, it's a great time right now, man. Hey,
I know you cried. You said it almost brought a tears of my eye. Come on, man. I know you cried.
I was driving. I got the text like, oh, what? Yeah.
I know you cried.
Yeah. I told him, man, you got me in the car tearing up.
No, man.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be out supporting the toy drive.
Appreciate it.
Looking forward to it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We'll be in touch.
All right, thanks, Sam.
All right, thanks a lot. Deon Johnson, father of Will Johnson, All-American, All Big Ten, doing his thing. Mr. Weintraub. Yeah, we're going to try to get another guest. Yeah, we're going to try to get another guest on for you people here real quick. A young fella who has been doing his thing and doing it big. Here. Hey, Mike, how you doing? Over on this seat. We're going to get the other Mike. We're going to get Mike Sainristil on live for the people. We talked to you in the one-on-one, but now we got to get you on live. We got to get you on live for the people on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Sports Talk 1050 WTKA. The captain. Hey, man, I should have got some votes for Defensive Player of the Year. That's just my personal opinion.
I appreciate it, man.
But take me into your season, because as I talk to the people, what came across to me was every game, you made big plays. Some guys just have a knack, man, and it felt like that's you. Do you sense that about yourself, that if it's time for an impact play, you're a guy that can bring that to your team?
I just like throughout the course of games, man, I just, I try to do my best to stay consistent in my job. And I trust the fact that, the other 10 guys on the field going to do their job. And I'm a big believer in, if you're doing the right thing, then the play's going to come to you. You don't go out there trying to do too much extra, because that's when you start overthinking, overprocessing, and then you can mess yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
But, you stay true to your technique and just execute the play call, then the play's going to come to you eventually.
So when we talk about you being a big play guy, I think there's a mischaracterization. People, when they talk about you as a recruit, they're like, hey, he kind of came kind of out of obscurity. No, man, you had Virginia Tech. You had a bunch of big-time offers, and then you flipped to Michigan. So it wasn't like you were this under-the-radar guy. But you were a receiver who made the switch. And I remember, I tell you a story. So I was talking to Clink before the 22 season, and he was like, man, Mikey, it's like, we're not going to have that much of a drop-off at nickel. And I'm like, man, we're not doing the interview right now, Clink.
Right.
Like we're not on camera.
Yeah.
This just you and me talking.
Yep.
And he said, man, I'm telling you, his football IQ, first of all, he's an outstanding athlete, but his football IQ, his football instincts, these are things that I think people don't necessarily quantify as much when they're talking about football players. They're doing 40 time, height, weight. They don't do IQ. They don't do instincts. And now those are some of the things that he talked up about you.
Right. And yeah, I would just say, like, the intangibles, those are the things that matter the most to me. The things that, you can't see. You can't see the amount of, determination in a guy's heart. You can't see a guy's mindset. You can feel it out there on the field. You can see, like, what he does day to day. But, guys, when I get drafted, they'll say I'm undersized. They'll question my speed. But, come combine time, I have the ability to prove them wrong. You know what I mean? Prove myself right, of course.
Oh, I would just say, watch my tape.
Exactly. And then you turn the tape on, the tape speaks for itself. You know what I mean? And that goes for all the undersized guys out there. Like, you put good stuff on tape, they'll never have anything bad to say about you.
Yeah, man. So I remember the sequence in the game. There was a third down. I'm talking about against Iowa. There's a third down early in the game. I almost had a pick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened on that. I don't know what happened.
Look, I say if he throws an on-time ball, that's a pick.
Okay. All right. So we'll go with that. And then after that, it's a third and short, right? This is their best scoring position of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Third and short, and you hit him at like 1 yard. Like, he caught it like 1 yard from the yard to gain, and you jarred it loose. That's another game. So that's two game-changer plays. Then you had them backed up against their own red zone, and another strip sack game-changing play that sets up a touchdown. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Impact plays at a time when you need it. And this was a day where, I was listening to JJ said we didn't have our best game today, but that's what a team is, right? If the offense is not doing its best, then the defense and special teams will pick it up like you guys did in that game.
Complimentary football. That's what we talk about all the time. And every day we tell the offense, or every game we tell the offense, look, no matter what you guys do, we got y'all back. We're going to find a way to get y'all the football, whether it's a 3-and-out, whether it's a turnover, or even just a field goal, just to keep y'all in position, to keep y'all, give y'all a short field to work with, something to help y'all get going.
So give me, your defensive. Where did you get? I know you were a defensive guy in high school. I thought maybe you came in as a defensive guy initially, didn't you? Or was it always receiver?
I came in unquestioned, like, still with the option to play offense or defense. But
right.
Coach Brown is the one that recruited me.
Right. I remember when you committed, man.
Yeah.
I remember when you committed. And so, but you make the switch over to defense, and there has to be someone who influences you or helps develop you the most. I want to give you the credit for doing the work. But who helped you kind of grow as a player to the point that you are right now?
Defensively,
yeah.
Everybody, really. Yeah, literally everybody. From Coach Harbaugh, he saw the vision first. He asked me if I wanted to make the switch. The first person I worked with was Stephen Adegoke, who was an intern or GA at the time, who's with the Texans, I want to say right now. The day after Coach Harbaugh called me, I sent him a text. I said, when we going to start working? The following day, we were in the film room. We didn't even do technique. It was film. He was teaching me the playbook. And then we got to the field. We didn't do no drills. It was go out there. This is what a curve flat is. This is what a seam flat is. This is what a hook is. Teaching me different zones on the field. And then from there was, I got to spring ball. It was with Coach Clink. I was with every other DB in the room. And then just being able to gain the trust, earn the trust of my teammates from the front end to the backers to the DBs. And just, they trusted that, what, Mikey, like, you may not be the most technical guy at the moment, but we know you're going to go out there and give 100% effort all the time. And then just, constantly being pushed by the other DBs in the room And then this offseason, big credit to Lavert Hill, former
Bert.
player. Bert,
saw
man,
Bert
he
around
helped me
here.
out a lot this offseason with, technique, doing drill work. And then, just the rest of the guys that were, with us in there working.
Yeah, man. I guess I'm surprised that technique was the thing that said, well, it's not going to be, because you were a technician as a receiver. That was one of the things that stood out to me. But obviously, you're a technician as a DB right now, which you said something that made me think of a play you made against Maryland. So talk me through your first interception. They're 3D. And, man, you peel off and you pick it off. So talk me through, was that in the moment you kind of knew what was coming, or did you read right? How did you make that play? Talk me through that.
So they ran, I'm pretty sure it was 4 verticals, and, we were in zone cover 3, and I'm a curl flat player. So I rerouted through 2, got to 1, punched out underneath 1, ball came my way. Like another one, just doing my job, doing my responsibility. He threw the ball out there. He probably thought, he had more space, more time than.
Yeah.
Probably didn't see me. He's short, I'm short. So he probably didn't see me. And we knew going into the game that they liked, when throwing verticals, he liked the outside portion because it's harder for him to see over the line, the interior, seeing over all those guys because of his height. And that he likes the outside throws, easier for him to make. So he probably thought, the receiver out there was open.
Right.
And then, there I go, right underneath it.
Right, man. I mean, I get why. I mean, they playing over the top. That comeback is open. But no, it was not open.
Yeah.
Because you're playing your technique as you played out, man. It has been a pleasure to really watch you grow as a player. It's been a pleasure to watch this team and how close you are. This is indicative of that, this event today. So what does this feel like? You guys are in the arena and you see 100,000 people. So it's not like you don't always see a bunch of Michigan fans. But I just feel like you don't see their faces when you're playing. Here, you see their faces. What does that feel like?
It's awesome. Seeing them happy makes me happy. And these are the people that support us every single day. And to be able to, have that face-to-face interaction and just see how, some of them get a little blushy, faces might turn red a little bit. Some of them might be a little shy, and my thing is look, I'm the same person as you, you know what I mean? Like, just because I go out there on Saturdays and, do what I've been blessed to do, I'm still just like you are, and I'm as happy to see you as you are as happy to see me.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. So we were talking to Blake about you, and he said, listen, man, one of the best players in the country right there. That dude. So it does feel like people were not people at Michigan, but outside of Michigan felt like they were sleeping on you. He's like, I don't think they're sleeping no more. So what about him? He talked about you. Tell me about Blake.
Man, we already know about Blake. It was unfortunate he got hurt last year. But look how things play out. You know what I mean? Like, he got hurt, he's back, and accomplishing more. But we know that if Blake didn't get hurt, he would have been out last year. Would have won the Heisman last year. And I actually hosted Blake when he was a recruit, and I knew he was special then. But to see how going from COVID to his growth every single day, from being a football player, being a leader, his consistency, he is one of the best running backs in the country. In my opinion, the best running back in the country. That's my guy. I'm gonna take him over anybody any single day. And just the man he is, Blake has helped me grow as a man, spiritually. That's my brother right there, brother for life.
Yeah, man. How many dogs you got?
I got 3 now. We gave the 4th one we gave to my girlfriend's auntie.
Okay, yeah, I was like, man, they said you got a pack over there.
I got a cat too over there. So
but now they said Blake got 2 big dogs. He has 2 big, big dogs.
2 big dogs, yeah. I don't know the breeds, but so one of my dogs that hung out with his dog, but his dog was still a puppy at the time.
Okay.
But he was scared of my dog and everything. So,
well, Mikey, it's been a real pleasure, man. Pleasure to watch you grow. Pleasure to watch this team, and we'll leave with this. You see how close this team is, where all you guys are out here on your off day. That's number one. I know you're giving back, but you're also supporting the teammate. It feels like that's been a core element in how you guys have weathered this storm around you. They kind of fended it off. That you didn't just stick together. I mean, this is one of the closest team I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Have you felt that?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Coach Harbaugh says something about bet, bring everybody together. The way we said it wasn't how he interpreted it, but when you break it down and put it like that, that's truly what we've done this season. And that just goes to show, Coach Harbaugh loves his team. He treats us like we're his own sons. And to feel that love from your coach, it makes it easy to have that culture. And we love each other as brothers. We play for each other. And it's no surprise that when Coach Harbaugh got suspended for 6 games, mm-hmm. that we're able to come together, gel together, and come closer, because ultimately there's two types of teams. There's a team that will break down because of something like this. Be like, oh man, they took our coach away. Woe's me. It's because of them. We're not. No, we didn't take that approach. We took the approach that, you know what? They took our coach away from us. We're gonna go play for our coach. We're gonna play for each other, play for this university. We're gonna have Coach Morris back, and see the success that he's had while stepping up in a huge position.
Right,
it's a huge position, especially that 3-game stretch was the biggest stretch of he might coach in his life. Who knows?
Yeah.
And I wish Coach Moore the biggest success. One day he's gonna be a great head coach. But to see how he handled that situation and stepped up that big in that role. Man, it was such a good thing to see.
So, man, you about to go to the NFL after you handle your business here in Michigan. After that, you going to coach or you going to commentate? Because you could be a commentator if you want to. So which one you going to do?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I'll see where God leads me. But, I think he's blessed me with enough to do, one or the other.
I hear that.
If not both.
Right? All right. Well, Mikey, appreciate your time, man. Thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Sam.
Mike Sainristil, Defensive Player of the Year in the Big Ten, in my opinion. I'm just saying. So, this event, as you guys have heard me say, would not be possible had Blake not had the generous support of Wolverine Boots. And joining, as you heard, Scott Schloessel yesterday morning, and then, of course, earlier in the show, talk about the commitment not only to support this endeavor, to support Michigan Student Athlete NIL, but to form relationships. And it's fitting that theme is kind of being forwarded by a former Michigan Student Athlete herself. So, Courtney, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing great, Sam. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining me, and thank you for raising the awareness when it comes to all of the great offerings of Wolverine Boots. So, this great, see, I have one now. Get that on camera. Can you get that on camera? Can you zoom in a little bit, please?
This is the same shirt jack that you may have seen Blake arrive to the Indiana game. He stepped off the bus wearing this. We love to see him sporting Wolverine.
Yeah, you're going to see me sporting that as well. But Courtney, can you talk about what I just touched on? That it's not just because there are a lot of companies that might get an NIL relationship or partnership because it's a student athlete endorsing their product. There's a benefit to that. But you guys have gone a step beyond at Wolverine where you're forming relationships. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously the whole world of NIL is pretty new for marketing. It's the new frontier. So a few years ago when NIL was first coming about, we thought, let's dip our toes in the water. Let's see if this is right. But ultimately, as a brand, we want to forge authentic relationships. We don't just want to have our logo, plastered on a player. I still remember that first conversation that Scott and I had with Blake. It was a Zoom call, and we sat there with Blake and we said, hey, Blake, just tell us about yourself. We've seen you on the field, but we want to hear about you. And he started off by going through his family history. And he said, my grandfather actually wears Wolverine boots. He was a farmer. My dad wears Wolverine boots. He has a construction landscaping business. And immediately I'm like nudging Scott saying like, wait, this is perfect. This isn't just a player, putting his stamp of approval on a product. It's a player who has Wolverine in his blood. So that was the start of it. And it has just sort of snowballed from there. As I know you've talked with Scott about, but we've since onboarded several other players into the Wolverine roster.
So what about them? Because I talked a lot about Brick, but what about the other relationships you guys have?
Yeah, well, this past fall, we spotlighted, I think we had 12 athletes on our roster total, but we had a 6-part video series where we told the stories of Blake and his blue collar roots, but we also we spotlighted several others, including Ben Hall, who is a freshman running back, and just like an apprentice on a job site, learning the tools of the trade from the experts of the craft. Ben is soaking up all that knowledge from Blake, from Donovan. So that was a really cool story that really fits Wolverine's DNA. Who else? We talked to Colston Loveland, who comes from Idaho and has those blue collar roots too. So and as a team, the culture that Coach Harbaugh really champions is that blue collar grit. So as a program, as a whole community, the Michigan Wolverines really parallel what we stand for as Wolverine brand.
Yeah, it just feels like this was a relationship that was long overdue.
Right?
144 years you guys have been around.
Yeah.
And it's really like the last 4 that have come together with Michigan football, which seems to kind of coincide with a lot of success,
It's
right?
pretty perfect. We have very, very similar histories. You know, Wolverine's been around since 1883. Michigan football, we've got Team 144. So we've been around about the same time and have these hardworking legacies. And obviously, you know, with the name like Wolverine and the Michigan Wolverines, it couldn't be a more perfect fit.
So this event today, this toy drive, is amazing. I mean, the line is still around the place. It's amazing to see the level of support that this event is drawing, and for an unbelievable cause, right?
Exactly. I mean, you see people not with just one toy, but with bags of toys and bicycles. It's pretty cool. And to think that this all started with Blake, a college student.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in college, I wasn't doing stuff like this. And the same just with his NIL, you know, revenue. Like, he's not spending it on a shopping spree. He's doing things like his turkey donation. He's putting on toy drives. Just goes to show the incredible character of Blake, and we are so proud as a brand to be able to help support him in putting on events like this. It's truly remarkable.
Well, one of the things that has come across in talking to and listening to fans is it means something to them, companies that support who they support who they love. So already fans are like, man, I got to get into Wolverine. And it's a step further, a step beyond when they see, okay, and they're giving back to the community too. So fans who might be watching right now and they want to know, what from Wolverine should I add to my closet? What are your go-tos, Courtney? What are your first 2 or 3 things that you grab when you go?
Sure. Well, obviously this is our best-selling Bucksaw shirt jack. We come out with new colorways every season, and I always have to snag the latest one. But also on the boot side, I'm currently wearing our boot called the Floorhand Romeo, and I put it to work, you know, at DIY projects at home, but also it's just a casual boot that I can wear around. All of our stuff is just so genuinely, you know, obviously I work for the brand. I'm a little bit biased, but all of our products, like I stand by 100%. My entire family is getting Wolverine for Christmas this year, as always. So
the shirt jack is outstanding.
Isn't it?
It's outstanding.
And I have to plug, there's a promo code that we're circulating, and your listeners are welcome to use it too.
Pay attention. Okay, what's the promo code?
The promo code is MAIZE, MAIZE, and you get an extra 20% off when you buy any 2 items from Wolverine.com. Everything's already on sale. We've got our best deals of the year going on Wolverine.com right now, but when you use code MAIZE, it's an extra 20% off on top of that.
Can you put that on the screen for the people, Ben? The code MAIZE. Put that on the screen for the people. Extra 20% off. Thank you, Courtney.
Absolutely.
Thank you for supporting Blake. Thank you for supporting Michigan Student Athlete NIL.
Thank you for spreading the word about this awesome event. We're happy to be here and glad to have you, getting the word out there.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Sam.
All right. So from Courtney, we go over to my man, Mason Cram. Mason, how you doing, man?
Good. How about you?
Good to see you. Yeah, man. So we knew big things were on the horizon for you. But when you look up at the end of the season and you see people recognizing you the way that the league has kind of recognized you, what did that feel like?
I mean, it obviously feels gratifying, you know, other people seeing like the work I've put in, the work our team has put in. It's just all great to see all the accomplishments come to fruition. It's been a great season so far. We need to keep on stacking and finish the job. So
have you guys come up with like a nickname for the D-line? Because, I mean, y'all are out there eating, man. On a weekly basis, it's either Mason or KG or Mason, or maybe it's Chris, or maybe it's just everyone. It's like a different week. Somebody is making big plays. When that happens, there has to be a nickname. Y'all don't have a nickname yet?
I don't know. We haven't been nicknamed yet, but I don't know if there's one coming soon. But I just feel like everyone knows what we do, how we play up front. So I just feel that's a good motive for us to keep playing hard. You know, that's what we've been doing all year. So that's one of our strengths of our team. So we just take it to our advantage.
All right. So, folks, if you're watching right now on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, start dropping some nicknames for the D-line. Drop them in the comment section. We might be able to throw a few at Mason before he leaves to see if he likes them. But, man, your journey began last year, right? We start seeing you make splash plays out the gate
Yep.
You were starting in that package as your first game.
Yep.
We've kind of seen KG come up this year. You talked about him when I had you on Behind the Uniform. You said, watch out, he's going to be a guy. Prophetic, because that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, I've always knew KG's talents. I mean, I've always seen him every day in Schembecker Hall. So all the work we've put in together, all the work our D-line's put in together, I mean, we all know we're a good group, probably one of the best groups on the team. So we kind of use it to our advantage. But I knew KG was a dude ever since he stepped foot in the building, but it was just a matter of time before everyone else found out.
You guys ever compare notes? Because here's what stands out to me. I know both of your recruitments. You know, you started out Boise State commit, kind of under the radar.
Yeah.
And then you blew up. I mean, absolutely exploded and became like the #1 defensive lineman in California. KG was kind of under the radar too. 3-star recruit. He had some Michigan, Ohio State. He had some big schools on him, but didn't have the kind of profile.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever kind of talked about it? Like, man, all these people who said we were 3 stars, look at me now. Have you guys done that yet?
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, all that really doesn't matter when you come to college. You're going to have to line up against whoever 5-star rated players. It doesn't really matter at that point. It's just a matter of what you can do, your abilities, and obviously just putting on display. We kind of didn't care. I feel like being underrated maybe had a chip on our shoulder, so I feel like that helped us play harder. Kind of just prove something to everyone that didn't want to rank us, whatever, 5 stars or whatever.
So I know, look, last year's team was close too. So it's not like that's changed dramatically.
Yeah.
It's been a tight team, but it feels like as tight teams go, this is on another level, considering everything you guys went through. It feels like you can't get through something like what you guys have weathered through and come through undefeated without being a super tight team. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Harbaugh always says all the stuff going around would kill a lesser man. So I just feel like as a team, I mean, they kind of just all prepare us. Coach Harbaugh, the staff, they prepare us for the storm or whenever the storm comes. So I feel like we've had a storm throughout the season. We weathered it. We just stood tall and just played for each other, really. Coach Harbaugh, just the team really, I feel like it made us closer together. So it's really helped us.
So did you, from all the way through, did you tune the noise completely out, or did you ever react to it? I'm talking about in your private moments. Did you ever were you ever angry or frustrated or upset? Did you ever have any sort of visceral reaction?
Yeah, I mean, I had some personal reactions, just kind of just frustrated because people are just discrediting kind of everything we've done this season. You know, all the work we put in this offseason ever since we that TCU game, you know, all the work we put in. I just feel like everyone's just trying to discredit what we've done. So it's kind of just a low blow for kind of all the players on our team. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, you know, we really don't take it too heavily. So we're just about our team, us, the team. So,
yeah, this feels like a really valuable time. You know, having gone through injury, I joked. So I knew you had hurt your hand.
Yeah.
And I said, y'all know he's going to club that up, right? I was like, you know, this dude is going to be back on the field as soon as possible. Like, it's not even a question.
Yeah.
Did I have that right?
Yeah, no, I definitely had to. I just wanted to get on the field as fast as I could with my boys. You know, obviously I wanted to take care of it, make sure there was no, you know, more stuff that could happen to it. Just want to protect it as much as possible and play. So,
yeah, I can't remember which game it was, but you were out there, man. It might have been Minnesota, out there making plays with the club on.
Yeah, I think that was the first game. So I heard at Bowling Green, then Nebraska. I got the surgery, so I couldn't really play that week, and I let it heal. Then I had to just club it up. So
yeah,
for the Minnesota game.
Yeah. So when did you get it off?
I think after. I'm trying to think. I don't know if it was after Michigan State, maybe.
Yeah, because I was wondering, man, how much did it really limit you?
I mean, it did. Like the first day I put the club on, I was like really. I was during a practice. I was like super frustrated with myself because I wasn't playing how I wanted to play. You just kind of have to get used to it, and I felt like that's kind of what I did over the few weeks that I had it on. So I was just trying to make the most out of what I could. So
I got you. Well, you did.
Yeah.
Obviously, it came back, and everyone in the league recognizes what a great job you've done. So let's talk about this event. This is amazing, man. Did you expect for this kind of turnout for Blake's Toy Drive?
I mean, this morning I saw some stuff on Instagram and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, there's this many people here. I mean, it's great to just see the support from all the Michigan fans. You know, Blake's doing a great thing with a bunch of our players, helping people out. So it's always great to see our players giving back. And Blake's one of the guys that does that the most. So
Yeah,
it's always
man.
cool to see.
Blue collar dude repping a Wolverine who's wearing Wolverine around all the time.
Yeah.
Repping that brand and that brand out here supporting him in this toy drive endeavor. And it says something to me that on your off day and all your teammates' off days, you guys are out here doing this, man. So that's big time. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you before we let you go. Alabama, you had a chance to watch any film yet?
Yeah, we've kind of like touched basis on them just like briefly. I've been watching some film myself. Obviously, they're a well-coached team, good team, so it'll be a good battle in Pasadena.
Gotcha. Mason, appreciate your time, man.
Yeah,
Thanks
thanks
a lot.
for having me.
All right, that's Mason Graham, ball player, Mr. Weintraub, ball player for sure. As we bring Ira Weintraub back on the mix, if you grab someone, Josh Newkirk, we'll go to you next. As Josh has been interviewing, our guy Josh Newkirk has been interviewing guys over on the stand-up over there. But Ira, I was hoping to see if you could find the end of the line. We were going to talk to the last person in line.
So this is what I can report. Our engineer, Eric, at one point took out a camera, and he walked the line, and it took him 12 minutes to walk from the front to the end of the line. That was a little while ago. The line, so I don't know if you can see to your left, that's not just the line going one way. That's the line that has gone all the way around the mall, down the Nordstrom wing, back up, around down to Macy's, down around over here, and then back. This is the back end of the line as it snakes around. This thing, and it goes outside too.
Yeah,
it is outrageous. It is phenomenal. The turnout is amazing. As each of the different players that have been coming in, obviously the fans have been greeting them very warmly. Sam, people are bringing bikes on the stage. I don't know if you've been over here having these great conversations, and I've been watching people carry bags of stuff. It's been unbelievable. And yeah, we're just going to keep rolling through. We've got great sponsors here helping out, and we're going to help bring them in right now.
All right. All right, we're bringing some guests to the show as we are back, a special edition of the Michigan Insider live on location from Blake's Toy Drive, Blake Corum'S Toy Drive, and joining me, Captain Johnson, Sergeant Major Lewis. I can look at your
Sergeant Major over there.
Sergeant Major Lewis. How you doing?
Good. Dave, nice to meet you.
Captain
Nice to
Johnson,
meet
how
you.
you doing? So, first things first, guys, just talk about why it was so important to get behind Blake Corum in this toy drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we've done a lot of things with Blake over the last couple of years, and him, the values, everything he does matches everything that the National Guard and the military is about. So it's not a question of why. It just makes sense, right? What he does and what we stand for in terms of community and helping out, it's just symbiotic, right? So anytime he needs help, we're there for him, and same for him, So, Sergeant Major.
Yeah. Anyway, anytime we can give back to the community, we're a community service-based organization. So tying in with Blake and being able to do this, especially at this time of year, is incredibly important, and it's awesome. What a turnout!
Yeah, but see, you guys just raised the point that I want to hit upon. This isn't a new relationship for the National Guard and Michigan football or with Blake. You guys have had a relationship with them for some time now, right?
We have. So we started a couple of years ago, Captain Johnson and I, working with the team and again, just tying our two organizations together. The code of ethics at the University of Michigan, and then the values in which the National Guard has, it just makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And Michigan does NIL different, right? It's not just about, hey, we're going to give you a check, right? We're going to give you a check and you come play football. You're going to be a community ambassador. You're going to do things to better yourself as a young person. And that's what we offer with the National Guard too, is giving them just an experience, of the military and what we do. And most of them love it. We put a couple guys up in helicopters.
I saw the clip.
Yeah,
How did they handle that for real? We saw the pictures.
Shout out to Ronnie Bell and Mike Morris. They're the only two that almost lost it. But no, most of them loved it, and we got some events in the future that we're going to do to try to get them back up there as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, JJ hanging his leg out of the helicopter made a couple people nervous. But that's JJ. So,
I was wondering how much of that was you caught him in like the right moment where they looked excited, but they were really terrified.
Oh yeah. There was some of the pilots did some little dip moves. I told them not to, they did it anyways. We got one where the whole team went like this, but I think overall they had a good time. And I mean, just amazing views, right? Flying over the big house. That's once in a lifetime. So
Yeah, no doubt. So one of the things that I like to hit on, and I talked about this with Wolverine Boots, how so much of who they are as a company is embodied by who they have representing them. And I feel like that's the same thing with this team, that the theme of this team, the camaraderie, togetherness, the connectedness of this team kind of fits in to what you guys are about as well.
It is. They're a special group. It's very close knit, and it's exactly the way that we are, right? It's that family atmosphere organizationally. It's a special group.
Yeah, the NIL partnership, I know that it's unique. People, you said, when you think about NIL, Michigan does it different. I don't think people think about the National Guard being involved in NIL. That's different too, right?
it's the only one in the nation right now. So as usual, Michigan leading the way. But no, yeah, it is. It's we fought for months to get it, because it was so unique, and people are like, I don't know if we can do this. And finally, we convinced the right people that we could. And like he said, to his point, I think our first meeting, we met Coach Ben Herbert, and I don't know if you've met him.
Yeah,
very
absolutely.
intense guy, right?
Well, and you guys think he's intense?
Ooh, boy.
You're in the National Guard.
Yeah.
You think Ben Herbert's intense?
Coach Herb on another level.
Yeah, but standards based and just structured, and we were like, man, this is us, right? And it truly was, and the partnership couldn't be better. It's all about the team, and that's what the military is about. That's what the Army National Guard's about. So,
well, I want to thank you guys, A, for your service. Let's just start
Appreciate
there. And B, it means a lot that you guys are supporting these guys the way you are. And obviously you had to fight to do it.
we did.
That's not
We
lost
did.
on me either. I mean, when you do something outside the box like this, there are going to be a lot of people that doubt.
Oh yeah, I think 18 months it took us.
Yeah.
We're giving up.
Yeah, and so now what do they say, guys?
Hey, now people are seeing it, and they're saying, okay, hold on a minute. And I think that you're going to see more of these partnerships with National Guard entities across the other states. But just know, Michigan did it first. That's right.
Did it first.
That's right.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you so much for
Appreciate
coming
We
on.
got to
Thanks
get
for all
you up
do.
in a helicopter.
Oh, see that? You see how they put me on camera like that? Now I got to do it.
There we go.
Now I gotta do it.
He's in. You all heard it.
Yeah,
So
we all
listen,
heard it.
next when you guys take them up, I'll go up too.
My man.
All right,
All right.
you're in.
We got
That's
you.
a commitment.
We got you. That's
I
on
just made a
That's on
commitment
film.
We'll
in
see you
front of
this summer.
everybody. All right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, appreciate it. We're gonna go over now to Josh Newkirk, who is with a member of Michigan's incoming recruiting class and a state champ, going over to Josh Newkirk and Jacob Oden.
All right, we good? All right. Well, hey, thanks, Sam. I'm here with 2024 Michigan safety commit, Jacob Oden. First off, Jacob, you're about to sign with Michigan, but coming to an event like this, what's it like just seeing the turnout, knowing that you're going to be involved with a Michigan community like this?
I mean, it's crazy. It just makes me even more excited to get up here. I see all the love they get. The community is real in tune with the culture. I see all the love, so I'm just excited to get up here.
Now, obviously, you're signing here in a few weeks, and then you're going to be enrolling at Michigan early here come January. Are you going to be going out to Pasadena to practice with the team? What's sort of the plans there?
Yeah, so I signed the 20th, and practice starts on the 20th. So I'll be in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl, practicing, doing everything with the team. And I just can't wait to get up out there.
Yeah, what a dream scenario for you to, you probably heard from your dad and everything about Michigan in the Rose Bowl, going out to Pasadena. What was it like, that initial reaction when you're like, wow, this is about to happen. I'm about to go out to Pasadena and practice with my future teammates?
Yeah, when I watched that college football playoff show, I was just like, the Rose Bowl, California, oh yeah, this is a dream come true. I can't wait. I can't wait to get up out there at Cali, Rose Bowl. We play at Bama too. I know it's going to get crazy out there.
What are your early thoughts on the game? Obviously, you're not going to be participating, but you're going to be rooting for your team. What are your early thoughts on Michigan versus Bama in that matchup?
I feel like we're going to play Michigan football. We're going to do what we got to do and dominate. We're going to keep – I feel like we got motivation for the past 2 years, and we're just going to keep that rolling.
Obviously, this looking back at the senior season, you capped off what every senior wants to do: walk off the field with a W at Ford Field. What's it like to know that you're the state champion and accomplish that not only as an individual with your teammates, but with your father?
I mean, it's a surreal feeling. Like, I've been dreaming about this since I got to high school. And for it to finally come true, it's just a proof of all my hard work and God's will. So it's just a dream come true.
From an individual standpoint, what have you been working on this past season? Some stuff that you sort of focused on as you went into your senior season to improve on?
I've been working on really my whole game, but I focused on creating turnovers, and it proved out during the season. I had like 7 forced turnovers, 8 forced turnovers, so I feel like that came in the game.
For people that haven't seen me play, sort of break down, give me a little scouting report on Jacob Oden.
I mean, I'm gonna show up on tape. You're gonna see me when you turn the tape on, and then I'm explosive. I go get the ball. I'm a playmaker. That's what you're gonna see.
Mindset going into your freshman season. Obviously, you guys, you want to see the field early and often, but what is sort of the goals there?
I mean, I want to get the terminology down, get in the playbook. I want to get the physical game down, get to see what's like to practice and see what's like going to the next level. And then I just want to get ready for school and get ready for classes and all that.
Have you talked to Coach Klink about what sort of they see you as the future? If they sort of narrowed it down yet on where they're going to start you out at, or is it just too early?
No, you watch Michigan play, everybody's playing everything. So it really doesn't matter to me. I came in knowing I'm a versatile player. That's why I picked this school, because they use the versatile players. Everybody playing everything. So that's why.
I know the class is pretty much almost filled. Is there any guys still you're working on to try to get come to become a Wolverine with you?
I won't say too much, but it's a few guys that's flip worthy, I would say.
What's your message to those guys when you're trying to get them to come to Michigan?
I would say it's only 4 teams playing right now. And if you're not on one of those 4 teams, you see where you could be at. We could be at the best university in the nation.
Hey, I'm sold. Jacob, it's been a pleasure. Yep, back to you, Sam. Thank you.
There we go. Now I'm back. Yeah, we are back. So how about this? We've been going nonstop. We're going to take a brief break from the radio, just from the radio. We're still live on the stream, and we'll come back on the other side with more on a special edition, a special live edition of the Michigan Insider, live from Blake Corum'S Toy Drive. We'll see you on the other side.
All right. I'm here with Rod Oden, varsity football coach of Harper Woods and newly crowned state champion. When I say state champion, I've known you a while, Rob. What does that mean? I know all the hard work you've done, been in a few programs to really reach that pinnacle and become a state champion. What does that make you feel now that you've been able to look back at it?
It's amazing. You know, it's been 23 years in the making, and to finally be able to call yourself champion is truly a blessing.
Man, that just, that, and I see we're in the Sound Mind, Sound Body work. You've been heavily involved in the football community in Metro Detroit and Michigan overall. Can you speak to the work that you've done as far as like Sound Mind, Sound Body, and just the involvement you've had overall in the Detroit football community?
Well, I've been a coach, board member with Sound Mind, Sound Body for 20 years. This is our 20th year coming up. We started off grassroots, trying to just provide opportunities for next level athletics for inner city school players in the inner city, and it's expanded over the last years to what you see today. We are proud of the work that these young men have done and the doors we have been able to open to Sound Mind, Sound Body Football Academy.
You see a guy that was involved in your program, Jared Wangler, heading this event for Valiant. Just what's it like to see guys that you knew as boys now become men and seeing what they're doing in the community and with events like this here at Somerset Collective?
It's amazing, what Jared and those Valiant guys are doing, knowing that we had them when they were 14, 15, 16 years old, for them to come back and give back, man. And that's one of the ultimate forms of gratitude that they can pay it forward for us, is providing opportunities like this for little kids and the next generation of athletes. We're so proud of Jared and his whole team.
All right, Rod. Now let's talk about your son. Obviously, he's going to be signing the dotted line here in a few weeks. What are your thoughts on his whole recruitment going to Michigan and now it's happening? Obviously, it's a dream for a father to have his son get recruited to a Power 5 program, but this is a local program. This is a team probably you rooted for growing up. Just the thoughts on that.
It's amazing, man. Not only as a fan of the program, but an alumni. Jacob will be a third-generation Wolverine. Most people don't know that. All of his uncles and aunts, and including myself, have matriculated through that place. So it was just a true blessing for him to be able to continue the family tradition, which is going to U of M and getting your undergraduate degree. And to be allowed to play football is surreal for him. So we're extremely proud. We're looking forward to the challenges that come, and we look forward to him being on this stage next year with these guys. He enrolls and hits the ground running. His first day with the team is signing day, December 20th. He signs and moves into the dorm the same day. He'll be a part of the bowl prep, and it'll be a great experience for him.
I want you to put on I'm going to use a Sam Webb-ism here. Put on that scouting hat. Use that, what he brings to the table as a football player. What do you think he's going to be able to contribute to the Wolverines early on in his career?
Well, Jacob is going to be a Swiss Army knife. He can play any of the 5 positions in the secondary, and he's going to contribute greatly on special teams. So to me as a coach, to another coach, he's a dream. He's a steal. He'll go there, he'll compete, he'll make the guys better in practice. And when it's his time, he'll be ready to take, his rightful place in the secondary and continue the Michigan tradition.
Well, hopefully that tradition continues with a winning tradition here next season. Appreciate you. And we're going to kick it back to you, Sam.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. And we are back, folks, live on location. Somerset Collection, Blake Corum's first toy drive. It is the crowd just I'm overwhelmed.
The crowd doesn't get smaller, Sam. The crowd gets bigger. It's remarkable. It is overwhelming is a really good word to describe it. And they just made an announcement saying that there's another hour left in the toy drive, and they may not get through everybody in line to get on stage, but have patience, because if you're in line, Blake Corum is going to come out to you and say hello to everybody that's still in line. So they're going to get everybody. They're going to get all the toys. Obviously, that's a toy drive. And Blake is going to say hello to everybody in line. If they don't make it up to the stage to see him or not, they have said they're going to do what they can, because this thing is, it goes to a 1. Yeah. They have another event after, and I think it's just going to be an all-day toy drive next year.
Yeah, it's a good problem.
It's a great problem to have. The generosity is through the roof with these Michigan fans.
It's been unbelievable. I think it's gone beyond the wildest expectations, but that says a lot about the people here. I said we talked so much about the players and talked so much about Blake and him bringing this all together. It is clear that the support that is overflowing for this team, always Michigan, but this team. I think my wife said something the other day. She was talking about Colston Loveland. Is Colston here? Because my mother-in-law loves Colston. She loves Colston.
Colston's on the stage right now.
I was like, hey, that's a good dude to love, because he's a really, really good dude. And that's what I said to my wife. I said, and he's that's a really good dude, right? And she said, but they all are.
And that's I know it becomes almost like a circular conversation because we keep coming back to that point. But it's true. Like, it's just the fact behind, we've all had teams that we have rooted for, that if you got to know those teams, you would not necessarily like those teams as much as you did in the moment. And I've, the whole don't meet your idols kind of a thing. Yeah. Like, you hear those lines, and there can be truth to meeting some celebrities and some athletes that they don't have time for you. They don't have time for the people in general, the community. That's not this team, right? And so the guys, yes, we root for Michigan. We love rooting for Michigan. But yes, the guys on this team are just good dudes. And you get a chance to, as we've talked to parents, right, whether on the air or off, right, you see where it comes from. You talked to Deon earlier here on this show, and you hear where it comes from, and that's part of that recruiting process. They say you don't just recruit the kid, right? You have to go, it's a holistic approach to finding those right kids. and they do a really good job of finding the right kids that fit this team. And it does help translate into winning too, right? You have that good culture, all kind of comes together. But it's great kids, and they're here with smiles on their faces, hanging out.
We got the all Big Ten player.
This is how I know when I get bumped.
The all Big Ten player is taking the mic. He's getting on the mic, putting on the headset. We got number 2 coming on. I'm supposed to call you William. I'm not supposed to call you Will. You know your dad was just on here, right?
Only the fam can call me that. Mom and dad, sister. That's it.
Oh, your mom calls you William too?
Yeah.
So
Grandma, everybody.
Will Johnson, all Big Ten first team. What does that feel like, man?
It feels great. I mean, that's a dream come true. That just shows all the respect, the people around in the conference have for me. So it feels great, definitely, to have that respect from everybody.
Yeah, man. And so we talked to you before the Ohio State game, before the matchup. Reflect on it now. Reflect on it. I know there's been a game since then, but that matchup, that game, what was it like for you? What do you remember about the matchup?
Yeah, I mean, that game is always like blood's pumping. That's all you can really think about coming into the game. But that whole, me and Marv, that matchup was super hyped up before the game. So my goal was just to shut him down as much as I can. I know he's a great player, so he's gonna get his a little bit too. But I mean, it was great. I mean, it was a movie, kind of similar to that 21 game, but we got the win, so it felt great.
Yeah, you got a pick in there too.
Yeah,
I mean, just been balling out in the biggest games, on the biggest stage. I wonder how much of it has surprised you, because I mean, it's one thing to think you can do it. But it's another thing to actually do it on the big stage. You ever surprise yourself, or is it always like, hey, man, I knew I could do that?
I wouldn't say I surprised myself, but it's just crazy how it all works. You know what I'm saying? How the moment, and those big moments, I'm able to just make those plays or all kind of in the right position all the time. So I wouldn't say surprised, but like with the awards and things like that, even those things, it don't really feel like surprising anymore. It feels like humbling, and I didn't expect it, but I feel like I earned it. So it's not really surprising, but I feel like I earned it. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are a true team, though. Whether we talk about the togetherness that you guys have to weather this storm that's been around you, as I've been talking about, the complementary football you play, the defense is down, the offense picks it up, and vice versa. But then there is your position group, because what stood out to me, I remember when you went out, and I looked at you, I looked down on the field, and you weren't down there. I was like, man, where's Will? Then it was the next series. I was like, oh, man, where's Will? Now, if I'm seeing that, they seeing that.
Right.
And I'm like, man, something about to happen. Where's Will? And nothing happened. Because you look at whether it's Josh Wallace on one side and Mikey on the other side, they held it down even after you went out. What about that?
I mean, I was mad I couldn't play. I was stressing about it, and those guys just came up to me like, man, don't worry about it. We want to do what's best for you, and we got your back. So, I mean, that just shows how close we are. We got a lot of depth. We work hard to be able to play multiple positions, because we know if that situation comes up, got to be ready. So we just always got each other's back no matter what situation comes, and in that situation, they have my back.
Yeah, man. So much of our conversations comes ringing through as you get deeper into your career, whether it's the way Clink coaches you. Is it the same? Is it the same as when you first started with Clink?
Yeah, I say it's for the most part it's the same as when I first got there.
Cut you. You're like, hey, okay, I know we don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he cut me a little more slack now.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. But then, you look around and it's a veteran group. Like, hey, everybody gets beat, but you guys aren't out there making mental mistakes. And I think that's when coaches kind of get on you. If it's not a mental mistake, sometimes you just get beat. I look at a guy like Mike Sainristil in that way. Hey, it's never a mental mistake with him, ever.
Right.
The dude is as steady as they come when it comes to the technique and the responsibility football. I think he's one of the best defenders in the country.
Me too.
And it feels like people been sleeping for a little outside of Michigan, been sleeping for a little while. You feel that way?
Yeah, I feel like they're still sleeping on him. I mean, he ain't really make no first team list or
the same thing.
Anything like that. Just all those type of things, man. I think they sleeping on him. I saw with the All Big Ten thing too. I think he was only first team with the media. Well, I don't know what the coach was looking at all year, but yeah, it's just like,
come on, man. I said the same thing.
5 picks, 2 pick sixes. Like, He's making plays all year.
Right. And then came in the game against Iowa.
Right.
Damn near had a pick. And then had 2 forced fumbles.
And that's not even at his main position. He's helping me out, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't out there. But yeah.
Come on, man. They going to wake up sooner or later.
Somebody going to get a great player next year.
Yeah, so we'll, so much of what we see with this team is, a teammate picking up another teammate. So Blake gets an NIL deal with Wolverine. A bunch of dudes now get a deal with Wolverine, right? With Wolverine boots. All kinds of NIL deals that come out of that. A toy drive like this, where you guys come out and support, Blake. Now you're about to have a toy drive. So tell the people about your toy drive coming up.
So my toy drive is me and Semaj. It's December 17th. It's going to be at the Blue Leprechaun in Ann Arbor. So, yeah, we're going to come out. We're going to try to get as many toys as we can. And then on December 23rd, that's when we're going to give them out at a location in Detroit. I'm not 100% sure on the location yet. But, yeah, me and Semaj just wanted to get back to the community in Detroit best we can, do it together. And, yeah, that's our goal, to just get back to the community.
Now, that's an interesting pairing, you and Maj, man. Because y'all like different sides of a coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're a little more laid back, a little more chill. That's not him.
Nah.
So tell me this. I asked you, you surprised yourself. Were you surprised that Coach Harbaugh handed him the national TV mic after the game?
Not at all. Coach Harbaugh loves it, man. He embraces us all, however we are. So Coach Harbaugh, he probably wanted him to say something that he couldn't say, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't surprised at all.
I love the dude, man. You know what I love about it, and I talked to Devin about this. You can be yourself.
Yeah.
There's so many programs, and maybe Michigan was like this in the past too, where they try to put you in a box. Now there's some things you can't say. We know that.
Yeah.
But they don't go out of their way to say, well, you can't be who you are. You can't be how you are. And I think Semaj is indicative of that. I just love that they let him be him.
Yeah, me too. I think he's definitely been him on the field and off the field all year. So that was a good. I think we need more guys like that on our team. That's a little more gritty, a little more different, a little more city in them. So
yeah,
I think it's good to add to our culture too. Definitely.
All right, so gritty and city. I think your brand, man. What I tell you about your brand? Come on, Will. Come on, man. Put on the buffs or something.
Let me see.
We gotta promote these, man. Come on, let's make it happen. Let's show the people what they're looking for. So people can get their own turnover buffs. I see, the camera's kind of zooming in. See, I like the blue tint.
You on me straight right now?
Yeah, you good. You good. I think you're rocking them right. So if folks want to get their own pair of turnover buffs in time for the Rose Bowl, how can they do that?
So you can go either to MDen or will2johnson.com. And we just got restocked the last couple of days, so we can get them out to you as soon as you can, as soon as you order. Yeah, so try to get them for that Rose Bowl so you can throw them on with us in Pasadena.
Yeah, man. And so y'all led the country in turnovers, didn't you? Something like that.
Yeah, I think we're real close. We're up there.
Yeah,
top 3, I think.
Hey, you might need a couple pairs. Just so once you wear one out, you got a backup pair, right? But it's not just the glasses. You got other things you're in your line, right?
We got hoodies, T-shirts, the glasses. We're about to have a couple other different lenses too. Some special edition lenses for the playoffs. So
okay.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye out.
So when does that come out?
It should be coming out probably next week.
Okay. I'm gonna be on the lookout for that. What's the website again?
will2johnson.com.
will2johnson.com. Gotta shout out your family. We just had Deon on earlier, and he talked about how proud he was. Yeah. He cried when you got. He didn't say it, but I know he did. He cried when you got all Big Ten, man.
No, he told me he cried with the first team All-American.
He cried with the first team All-American too, man. Yeah, come on, man. He didn't say he cried on the air.
Yeah, I know he did. He told me he did.
Yeah, come on, man. I know he did. So, but you got to shout out your mom too.
Yeah, definitely. She does all the hard work behind the scenes.
Come on, man.
All of it.
I mean, you talk about marketing agent.
Yeah.
They don't get any better than that.
They don't get any better. She everywhere she's gonna be there, pop up shop or not, she's gonna make it happen. So she's definitely in my corner.
Hey, we got to the Victor's Lounge one day. She had a whole pop-up setup.
Yeah. On the spot whenever she can. So
right.
She's making it happen.
Let's get it in. I'm proud of you, young fella.
Thank you.
Keep doing what you're doing. You had a chance to watch any Alabama yet?
A little bit. We had a little break this week, so I've been trying to take my little time away that I can. But yeah, I've seen what they got. They're a very talented team, but I think we're a very talented team too, so it's gonna be a good matchup.
Absolutely. All right, man. So your toy drive, tell the people about that one more time.
December 17th, it's gonna be at the Blue Leprechaun, so you can come out give us some toys or anything you can, any gift that we can give out December 23rd. So it'll be a great event.
And the website is will2johnson.com. Again, will2johnson.com. Will, appreciate you, man. Go do
Appreciate
what you do.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate that. That's Will Johnson, Big Ten first team, all Big Ten first teamer and first team All-American. And he just confirmed here that his dad cried when he found out he was an All-American. Deon Johnson cried. Can somebody go tell Deon Johnson we know he cried? He cried. Put the camera. Hey,
It's
Lance,
okay, but Sam,
Lance, you got the camera on Deon?
Sam, it's
Lance,
okay.
Put the camera on him. Put the camera on him real quick.
Sam,
Put the camera on
it
him real
is
quick.
it's
That
okay
man right there cried.
when good things happen and you get emotional.
Hey,
it is okay
hey,
to
put the
cry.
camera on Mom too. That's his master marketing agent. You got the camera on Mom. We got copy on the camera. She put it in. That's where you our whole turnover buff line. You can get it will2johnson.com. So make it happen. But
Great family.
terrific family. Terrific family.
And it's okay if dad gets emotional and dad cries. It is okay.
Yeah, it is.
It is
Yeah,
okay. Sam, I was over here. I was talking to Angelique for a little bit, and just how overwhelmed. Like that keeps the word. I think that's the new word. Like how overwhelmed everybody that we talked to. Our ops manager Mike was here. Goose will stop by. How overwhelming this event is, and what it's turned into. It's hard to be speechless on the radio because it's kind of your job to not be speechless. But this kind of an event, when you realize, yeah, you're coming, you get to take a picture with Blake, and who else is up there? Colston's up there, and Mason's up there right now. Sure, you can take a picture with some Michigan football players, and that's cool and all. The kids love it. But these people are bringing toys and toys and toys. I mean, we're talking lots and lots of toys. Most people are not bringing one toy each, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are people that have had bags of toys. We've seen bikes, remarkable stuff, and a lot of footballs.
Absolutely. Yeah, hey, look, I heard there's going to be a new line of turnover buffs and some new lenses, the new tint. Okay. Hey, look, Will is on here marketing.
Will is a master marketer.
He's on here
and
marketing.
he gets it from Mom.
Who gave you that idea? Gus Johnson. Gus gave you that idea. Look at this dude. My man. My guy. Yeah, we already live. Yeah, we already live. That's Donovan Edwards. We'll get him on the microphone here. Coming up. Number 7. Making it happen. This has been an unbelievable event, people. I hope that we are doing a good job of bringing it to you, bringing the feeling and the vibe in the place. You know, I've been to Somerset Collection before, but I've never seen it this packed. And to see so much maize and blue in the house, making the effort, making the time to give back, but also to come show their support for these players. That's just unbelievable. So as we move on through the day, as we matriculate through the day, take some time. For those of you who aren't here, go over to the Champion Circle website. There is a link to a portal where you can donate. Blake it's set up as rent relief, but he said they call it holiday relief because they're going to use it. They're going to use that money to benefit and help people over the holiday season. A lot of it will go towards helping people who might be in need as far as rent concerns are concerned. So if you have the time, please make the effort to go over to the Champion Circle website and contribute to that great cause and continue to help Blake give back to the community. Yes, sir. You on the air. See, now, here's what y'all got to know about this young fella. He's in training. He's in training to be an NFL player, but he's also in training to be a commentator. I told him this when the first time I heard him break down a play. I said, man, you got a future doing this. You got a future commentating on football. You got a future kind of bringing personality.
Hey, hold on. I look good. I look
Come
good.
on, man.
Hold on. I got to make sure I look good on this camera.
Can we
make
make
my
sure?
hair back and all that good stuff.
We need to make sure we got to get a man a screen or something that he can kind of see it. So you got your own camera right there. Okay. That camera is just on the. So you heard people call you the Don. Did people call you the Don before you got to Michigan?
I low-key called it myself before Gus Johnson did. Like if you knew, like in my Instagram bio, like I had it as the Don at first, you know, and then I just changed it to Donovan Edwards. And then when Gus Johnson, shout out to Gus, that's my guy. Much respect to him, Michigan man, Michigan raised too. But when he started calling me that, you know, the world just started, you know, following along. And shout out to Gus, you know. I got a cartel name, you know. I got a cartel nickname. I like that.
Hey man, listen. When you achieve, they got to put a name on it. That's what happens.
That's right.
When you ball out or you do something that's excellent,
yeah,
people have to name it.
That's right.
And so we've seen you do excellent things.
Appreciate that.
That's why a name was put on it. But we've also seen this team face unbelievable adversity.
Yeah.
And one of the things I marvel at, and we kind of talked about this before, is how y'all were able, how it strengthened you. Can you take us through how that happened? Because y'all were, it's not like y'all weren't together before this.
No.
Y'all were a tight team before this, but it feels like y'all got tighter.
No, it just brought us closer. You know, with Coach Harbaugh being out, you know, he did a fantastic job just preparing us to, you know, overcome adversity. You know, we kind of rally around Coach Harbaugh, you know, and as the leader of the army, of the troops, you know, like you look to the commander who's leading the people into battle. And if he's calm, cool, collected, we're calm, cool, collected. You know, if he's outgoing, we're outgoing. So it's really, I've been saying it for a minute. It's all a testament to Coach Harbaugh and, you know, how his coaching style has been, you know, from the NFL to Stanford. So, you know, it's really all Coach Harbaugh for real.
Yeah, you know, one of the things is you watch. So I've been obviously watching you forever. So you get a chance to watch guys mature as players. You get a chance to watch them mature as men.
Yeah.
And so I think I told you, man, one of the most proud moments I had watching you wasn't even on the field. It was you in the press conference.
No doubt.
And you were talking about how, hey man, I didn't play the way I wanted to play, but it's not just about that. I know what I got to do to get better, and it ain't just about me. Can you take me into that?
Man, I feel like this year, you know, has brought me to a level-headedness. You know, like I'm very confident within myself, right? And sometimes the confidence could be mistaken for arrogance. And like just for me, like this year has been brought upon me for, you know, like being grounded within myself, you know, testing my character, building me as a man. So I've been talking to Freddie J, right, who coached Mike Hart, and he's like a Michigan legend coach at Michigan. And he just told me, he put it into great perspective for me. So like right now I'm a seed, right? I'm a seed, and you know, in order to have plants grow, you got to fertilize it. I'm being fertilized right now, and then my roots are starting to like sprout, you know. And then, you know, if I'm becoming a tree, the tree is like all the success that I've had right now. You feel me? I've had, you know, just like in the future. So right now I'm just the seed. I'm just the seed in the garden. You know, I'm just being fertilized. I'm being watered. I'm having the sunlight on me, and I'm just becoming to grow.
Yeah,
so
man.
That's how I look at it right now.
Well, you could look across the board and you kind of see that the team, you know, it's about collective success.
Absolutely.
I mean,
it's no being selfish on this team.
Hey,
None.
man, I tell you what.
None. That's what makes the team very, very special.
You know what I thought was special, the Penn State game, and JJ threw 8 passes. And somebody told me, somebody said, I can't remember, we were talking about quarterbacks. And this, man, any of these top quarterbacks to the winner. I was like, man, you think another top quarterback with his head coach out? So let's play this
in a big game on the road too.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no names, but let's put another top quarterback in that situation.
Yeah,
where the head coach is out and it's a big game on the road, and the active head coach is like, "Hey man, we're not gonna throw any passes." Man, you think other quarterbacks would have handled that the way JJ did?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I can't speak for other quarterbacks, but it's really a testament to the person he is. You know, like he doesn't have to throw 30, 20 passes a game. Like as long as we win, which I know that's his mindset, then that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. Hey, so I was just talking to Will about this. And I talked to you about it the weekend. Hey man, one of the things I love.
Yeah, that boy looking fly.
One of the things I love about this Michigan, this incarnation of Michigan is they let dudes be them.
Yeah.
Whether it's you or Young Maj. Come on, man.
Oh man, you gotta. Hey, I know he might not like me for this one, but sometimes you hold your breath whenever he got the camera, whenever he got the microphone in his hands, man. You gotta hold your breath, man. But it's awesome though because like it's just who we are, you know. You can act a certain way, like understand, but the more thing about us is just being yourself, you know.
We gonna get Nate on. We gonna get Nate on today.
Nah, that's my guy.
He called me up. He said, "Mr. Forbes, can we have a toy drive?" And someone said, "I said you want a toy drive? We'll throw you a toy drive."
And now look at it.
Now look at it, right?
Come on, man. This is wild.
Yeah. So you said you gotta hold your breath whenever he get the camera. Listen, man. So Jim Harbaugh gave him the national TV mic.
Yeah.
After the game.
Yeah.
Now I dug it because hey man, the week before, young fella got a little carried away. I get it, and they had some things to say, but I like that the very next week, he's returning punts.
Yeah,
he hadn't done that, so that's a level of trust.
Beautiful.
And then coach was like, "Take the mic, young fella."
No doubt.
1 week later.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely. You just gotta love it, man. I love to see how his first like 1 or 2 punt returns, 87 yards. I did give him some stuff that I was like, bro, you got caught, bro. Really? Hey, my man at least 10, 15 yards behind, hawking you down, running you down, and you get caught. But it's beautiful though. I'm happy for I love like what Semaj is going through, like him growing as a player. I've told him a few times, I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I'm a little jealous of you right now, bro. You got more touchdowns than I do right now.
Hey, temporary. That's a temporary occurrence. There's some season left, brother.
Nah, but you're always happy for the next man's success. Always.
You are.
Always.
And see, that's what I'm talking about, though.
Yeah.
To get back to how we started, you see a boy become a man.
Yeah, absolutely.
When it's not just about you anymore.
Right on.
And that's kind of how, when I look at you, that's what I see.
I appreciate it. The thing with me and Semaj, my bad if we was going to get to another topic. I played with Semaj in Little League football. His dad organized the organization, West Bloomfield Panthers, which became the West Bloomfield Lions. And me and Semaj has always had a tight relationship. I was probably like 8 years old. He was 6 years old. So I've known him. I've seen his development. I've seen him as a growth as a player, but even more so as a player, because it does get tough, if something's not going your way. And I'm proud of the man he is. And I don't even care about the player, but just the person he's becoming, He's definitely embodying being a Michigan man and, realizing a lot about himself. So he's going to do a lot of great things in life.
Yeah, man. Just a few more for you so you can get out of here. Who do you lean on, Donovan? I mean, everybody has frustration.
Yeah.
Tribulations that they go through. When you're going through that, who do you lean on? Who do you talk to?
I'm glad that you asked. I lean on God, man. He created me. He created all of us. He created where we're at right now, and having all these people, beautiful people here today. He created all that. He knew it was going to happen before it happened. So I'll be a fool not to believe in God. I'll be a fool not to. Whenever I'm going through the great times, right? I'll be a fool not to say thank you. I appreciate it, and even like as of right now, I'm being tested. Right, as my character and my development and me as a man, I'm still giving it to God because that's just what I believe, and I just believe that as long as you got God, like you cannot fail, like you're always going to prosper. Yes, you're going to go through trials and tribulations, but what are you going to do with that trials and tribulations? We all go through ups and downs, but the good man. We were just talking about you, Kyle. What's up, baby? I just gave you a shout out too, man.
Yeah. What's up, man?
But let me finish though.
How you doing?
The good man always refers back to his roots, and whatever your roots are, refer back to that. And my roots is trusting God and trusting Yeshua.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, you know what I say? I say, man, hey, this just a setup.
Yes, sir.
This just a setup for what's to come.
No doubt.
Right?
It's beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Hey, that's how you got to look at it.
It's beautiful.
The best is yet to come. Proud of you.
I appreciate it.
You know
bro.
that.
Hey, shout out to Sam Webb, man. He ain't like most people, man. A real one, smart in what he does. He actually knows football, unlike some people. Like how I said, man, I don't even know if people know how to block up an outside zone scheme, man, or a gap scheme. but he know what he doing, man. Shout out to Sam. I'm out of here.
Appreciate that, man.
Love in the building.
That's my dude. All right.
Good to see you.
Mr. Colston Loveland. Hey, so I got to start out by telling her I know my mother-in-law is watching. You her favorite player.
Oh, man.
She said, that's my favorite player.
That's love.
And I said, you know what? And he's a good dude, too, right? Because every player you like ain't necessarily a good dude, but a great dude right here.
Man,
and having a great season.
Thank you.
I mean, we saw flashes. We saw you show some things last year.
Yeah.
But it feels like this has been a big-time coming-out party. How do you feel about your year?
Yeah. I think it was a great year. Definitely exceeded my expectations. I think big shout out to coaches and everyone for putting me in that position, and God too. But yeah, I mean, super blessed to have a season like this.
Yeah, man, you have absolutely balled out.
Got to finish it though.
And you're right.
Yeah.
But surpassing a lot of expectations externally. But Jim Harbaugh, back in the summer at Big Ten, I think it was a Big Ten media day, he was like, I don't think Colston know how good he is. He's he's a scary guy. I think he's the best in the country. And he said that before the season even started. Did you hear about that at all?
About that, yeah. Man, I love that guy though. He's always showing love. But yeah, like I said, just got to keep. There's a lot more. Obviously, a lot more balls I need to catch. A lot more to improve. But
So, Wolverine boots.
Yeah.
They're behind this event. They got behind Blake. And one of the things that sticks out to me is they came to support Blake. They signed an NIL deal with him. And then now they got with a bunch of his teammates, including you. So what has that relationship been like?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I mean, the brand and what they stand for is Michigan and what our football program stands for. So and just great people too. I mean, in the gear, I mean, it's fire.
Yeah, man, they had this shirt jack.
Yeah,
that is outstanding. I just got one.
They get you right.
They got me right. Hey,
Yeah.
can you toss me that bin? That shirt jack right there. You see it right there. Hey, toss me that. Toss me so I can hold it up for the people. Toss it over here. That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
tough.
Can you
That's
see
tough.
this on the camera right here? Can you see that? Look at that. You go to Wolverine.com and get one right now. That is outstanding. This is outstanding right here. I see Blake on one, so I'm about to start rocking one too. This is outstanding, man. So as the relationship with Wolverine has developed, though, what has become evident is they're investing in people that kind of rep the brand with who they are.
Yeah.
Blake grew up,
man,
landscaping, on tractors, and now they're signed with you. I imagine they kind of see some of the same things, right?
Yeah, similar for sure. I definitely, that's a brand like growing up I would have definitely worn and still will now. But I got to get the family on some of that Wolverine.
Yeah, man, I hear that. So what this event, man? Are you surprised by the turnout?
Yeah, man, I am. I mean, this place is jumping right now, both sides. But great turnout, and I appreciate all the fans and everyone who sponsors, everyone who set this up. It's great.
Appreciate you and the way you balling out. And I got to ask you this: we don't have to say any names, but are you talking to any prospects back in Idaho trying to get them to come to Michigan?
You know I'm trying.
Hey, man, I know you are, but the people might not know. So I just had to ask.
Yeah.
They want to know if you kind of putting in the call.
Yeah, I'm putting in a little word, but he's gonna make the right decision. So we'll be all right. All
Appreciate
good.
you. Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Sam.
Young Ma.
What's up, my guy?
Man, I've been looking forward to this. So we're gonna get you on dropping dimes too, because Devin Gardner thinks he's like, man, we gotta be careful putting Maj on the mic.
Man,
I'm
DD, bro, he always trying to be bad cop, bro. Dang.
I try to tell him the same thing. I say, man, let that young brother be him. Let him be him.
Right.
So let's talk about last week. Did you know when did you find out you were gonna be a punt returner in the game?
During the week, really. A couple weeks back, they was telling me if we like the way you practice, then you'll get a chance to do it in games and stuff like that. But I don't know if they like the way I practice because I was been supposed to be doing it. But I guess during the Iowa week, they was liking the way I practice, and then before the game, Coach Bellamy was just talking to me getting my head right, just make sure you stay ready because they probably gonna throw you in there today. Just stay ready. And then the first punt came, and we was me and Thor was well, who gonna be doing it? And then Coach Bill went and asked, and then he came back. I thought he was saying Thor. So Thor was running on the field, and then he was like, no, you. I was like, oh, so I go out there.
Then why did they do that?
I'm like, bro, I gotta go crazy or make it right decision. That's really our
that's really all that matters. Just make the right decision and be decisive. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hey man,
yeah.
so how bad have your teammates been hitting you? Because Donovan just was like, he was just, hey man, it was a great return, but he got caught. Hey man, your man just said it.
Hey, it is what it is. Blake Corum went in there, scored that touchdown, man.
So you set it up, right? You
Yeah, I
should get
set
the
it up.
assist.
Yeah, assist. You know what I'm saying? Assist real good too. I'm a point guard.
There you go.
Look, you know.
So you got the microphone, man. And it was 1 week after you was excited after Ohio State game. I got it. I dug it. And I know the coaches, they was like, okay, we got to calm that down. Were you surprised the very next week is after the game, you have a great game, great contribution, and Coach Harbaugh was like, take it, young fella. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I was. I didn't think he was gonna do that. I ain't have a clue. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I was ready for it though. Like, Coach Blackwell always taught me, like, always had something ready to say. You know what I'm saying? Coach Bellamy told me always had something ready to say. My dad. So when he threw me in front of it, I was ready to talk. And then the questions was real easy too. So
Yeah. And it helped when your boy Derek Moore was like, oh yeah, this is the best freshman in the country.
Yeah. That was a great comment he made, actually.
Hey man, like I said, I just love that you and they not trying to make you not be you.
Yeah.
And so that speak to that, because that's the thing, man. There's a lot of places, a lot of schools you go, they try to make you be like everybody else. And they're not doing that here.
Right.
And I think you're maybe the biggest, at least to me, the biggest example of that.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh, he always tell us to be ourselves, you know, just do you, because that's what got you here, you know what I'm saying? But like, obviously, you know, it's some type of ways you gotta be, you know, professional and things like that. And that's what I was trying to be on TV the other day, you know, professional, you know, happy spirited, you know, things like that. But Coach Harbaugh definitely lets us be ourselves. And that's what I love the most about him, because he always himself too. He always telling us jokes and making us laugh and stuff every single day. So that's
can you tell Devin Gardner to lighten up a little bit?
Yeah, man, he gotta lighten up, bro. I watched the interview, bro. Y'all was making me laugh the other day. I watched not the interview, the show.
Yeah, the Drop a Dime show.
Man, I was laughing so hard, bro. But like DG, bro, he be too serious about it, bro. He be trying to be the bad cop, bro. I look at it like, bro, I just be chilling, bro. Like, I just be chilling. Now that thing gonna lie, now that was chilling, but you know, anything else.
Hey, look, hey man,
anything.
Everybody, look, it was just one of those things. You was excited, you know. Everybody make mistakes. It's about coming back from it, and that's why I really like that Jim gave you the microphone a week later. That says a lot to me, man. I was like, okay,
yeah. Coach always say, you do something wrong, make it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you made it right, man. I'm proud of you. Keep being you. Now, before you go, tell the people about your toy drive.
Next week,
17th.
December 17th. From 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. in Ann Arbor, Michigan, we will be doing a toy drive at the Blue Leprechaun in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Me and Will Johnson will be there. We are partnering, and we will have food trucks, like this food truck called Hood Bati. They will be catering the whole event, and you can come drop a toy off and take a picture with me and Will Johnson on that day from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m.
at the Blue Leprechaun.
Blue Leprechaun, Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Make it on out there. Appreciate you, young brother. Keep
Appreciate
being you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's go to one of your West Bloom guys.
What's going on?
Mr. Paige,
How
you doing all right?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good to see you, man. So let's do some reflections upon the season, because it feels like as you headed into the year, your role was going to be even big. It was big last year. It was going to be even bigger this year. Kind of reflect upon the season to this point and how you think it's gone for you.
I feel like it's going real good. You know, most importantly, we've been winning big games, good games to help us get to the point we are right now. I feel like that's the most important part about the season right now is keep winning and winning games.
So one of the things you got a secondary of veteran guys, man.
For sure.
And so what stuck out to me, I was talking to Will about this. Will goes out for a quarter of Ohio State game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, I looked at one series and Will's not out there. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Looked at second series, like Will still ain't out there. Now he not out there for the third series. I'm like, oh man, something about to happen. And nothing ever happened.
No, thanks.
You know, that speaks to the collective. That speaks to the group. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, we got a lot of older guys, you know, a lot of guys that's you know, they've been there for a minute. They know the game plans. They know veteran guys, like you said. So, I mean, one man go down, next man up, for real. and your job is to keep the standard. You feel me? So, I mean, I just our group as a whole, for real.
So one of the things that I think goes unsung about you is, man, you come up there, you stick your nose in there.
Yeah,
I said it last year when we were up in the summer in Traverse City. I can't remember which game it was where you came up and knocked that offensive guard back.
Yeah.
And then we see if it's somebody in the secondary that's popping somebody. I know Mikey got a big hit on Trevion. He got that big hit on Trevion. But most of the time, at least that's your reputation with me. Do you think you've kind of earned that reputation?
Yeah, I feel like I've been getting in the box a little bit more. Put my nose and stuff this past 2 seasons for real. I mean, it's part of the game for real. At safety, you got to be able to come down there and fit in the box, or you know what I'm saying. So, I mean, I feel like it's part of something I like doing. You feel me? So, I just come with it for real.
So, man, I look at you, and chill, laid back.
Yeah.
I look at Will, chill, laid back. And then I look at Semaj. And I bring that up because he was just on before you. He was a teammate of yours in high school.
Yeah.
Now he's partnering with Will on this thing. I'm like, hey, man, this dude.
Nah, sure.
So do y'all ever counsel the dude, or do y'all say, man, just go be you? Just you be you.
I mean, like when he first came to campus, like, you feel me? He might, like, he gonna be him type, you feel me? But I try to tell him, like, like chill out a little bit, like, you feel me? But I mean, he gonna be him, that's what makes him him. That makes him a player he is, he a dog. So I mean, you can't really stop that, you feel me? I let him be him. Like, he making plays too, so you can't tell him nothing for it. You gotta let him, you feel me, do him.
Right. So, but you just said something that rings true to me. You said he's a dog.
Yeah.
You've been on this team and it's been successful, but I just feel like every successful team that I've watched got some dudes like that. I mean, everybody can, and it's not like everybody got to be like that. But you got a few dudes like that on the squad.
Yeah,
I feel like you got to have them.
You got to, for sure. I mean, he been that way since, like you said, like high school, like Little League, he been the same way. So, I mean, you can't, it's like, you can't change that, you feel me? You've been that way that long, you feel me? You can't change that. So, I mean, it's definitely a key part. It's a special team, for sure.
So this event, Makari, man, are you surprised by this turnout?
No, I definitely am. I ain't know it would be like this. Like, I just came here about 30 minutes ago. I just seen, like, lines long. Like, it's for sure.
And what time is, man? It's almost 1 o'clock.
Yeah,
and they got out here like at 9:30.
That's what I heard. Yeah, it's crazy for sure. It's definitely crazy.
Yeah, man. It's next level support. You guys play in front of 100,000 every week.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're not used to big crowds. But like I said to Mikey, it's like you don't see their faces when you're on the field.
No,
it's just a crowd. But now you get a chance to see their faces and how much they love you. What does that feel like?
I mean, it feels great, the community behind our back, every step of the way during the season. I mean, it feels great. You feel me? I can't complain at all, for sure.
All right. So you had a chance to watch any of that Bama tape yet?
Yeah, for sure.
Your early impressions from what you've seen from this.
They got a good team, I ain't gonna say too much. They got a good team though. Feel me? We do too though, so you feel me?
I hear that. Well, Makari, appreciate your time, man. Sure. Thanks a lot for making it through.
Appreciate it. Definitely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get another one of your secondary members over here. Yeah, we talking about you calling game. That's what we talking about. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, don't be messing up the franchise. Come on, man. Can we help the man get in the chair? You gonna have us banned from the program? Yeah, have us banned from the program, man. Falling out the chair. So, brother Rod, I remember people got a dose of your personality in the offseason when we sat down and we were talking about that O State game. Now, you said a lot about O State. I loved it. But it's the kind, you kind of said some things that, hey, if they were so inclined, they could put it up on the bulletin board and try to make you answer for it.
Right.
So you get on the field, though, don't seem like they made you answer for it. Seem like you made them kind of answer for it in the game. So take me back through the game this year.
Man, that game was one hell of a game. Everyone on offense and defense played great. But, me personally, man, that game was so great. Essentially starting off, Will getting that pick in the first, what was it, the first or second quarter?
It was the first quarter, I think. Yeah.
And that set the tone for the DBs. Like, we weren't letting anything go. And then when they got to running the ball, they running the ball pretty well at some point in the game. But then towards the end of the game, when we didn't get that first down and the defense had to go back on the field, I was just thinking to myself, like, And I was telling the guys up front, like, you got to get to the quarterback for us. Like, that's what kills these type of drives, get to the quarterback. And the drive came, and I believe they got that dig that I thought was an incomplete pass, but they reviewed it, and it was a fumble. I'm not even going to lie to you. I looked at the clock. It was probably 34 seconds left. I looked at it. I said, oh, my God. Like, this one time, this game got to stop right here. And I told myself, somebody got to make the play. And I'm like, you know what? Just make the play. And they ran the double dig, and the ball was in the air. And I'm like, oh, that's game. I'm like, that's one easy one. I'm like, bet. And I caught it.
Game was over.
Game over.
Game was over. Yeah, man. And look, it means Michigan, Ohio State always means something to everyone affiliated with Michigan. But you was a guy who came from Ohio, and you was a guy who they were like, hey, well, we gotta see. We want you to come visit. We want to evaluate you. It just feels like it hits a little different and a little harder for someone from Ohio, given your background.
Man, I mean, it's always gonna hit hard for me. I would say probably from my freshman year, it's always been the most personal. I mean, every game to me is personal, but that was like the most personal game I've ever played is that game. And just these past 3 games, every time I step on the field, I mean, the film speaks for itself of how personal it is to me. And especially from being in Ohio, like you said, they tried to get me to come to a camp for an offer, and it was like basically a slap in the face, like I'm not good enough. So, I mean, I showed them I was good enough multiple times.
A few times now. So take me back through the year though, Rod, because I was talking to Will about this. You start out the year and you banged up. You can't do what you want to do, what you know you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? How did you get through that? Who helped you get through that?
I would say my family at home, the trainers did, and Coach Klink and Coach Minner and the guys around me. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. Probably when I first got hurt, I was real frustrated and trying to go around and just asking why, like, they had to have it at the time. Because, you know, we talked before the season what type of season I wanted to have.
Yes.
So, and it frustrated me when I couldn't even play in the first 3 to 4 games in the season. And, I mean, to be honest, when I was out there a few weeks and I came back, like I had it felt like I wasn't really in the game. Like you couldn't tell, like, for instance, the Rutgers game. I mean, I missed that tackle that I really usually don't miss, and I just felt myself not being the same as I am now. Like I feel like I'm getting back into it now ever since I got back.
All right, well, you need to get up on the stage, Rod. Proud of what you're doing, man. We're going to have to get you on the mic again, brother. This offseason. All right, man.
All right.
That was Rod Moore. This has been an unbelievable event.
I've had so much fun just watching and cycling guys up here for you to talk to. Now I get to go back and listen to all of it because I didn't hear much of it.
Yeah, it has been
great radio, though, I know.
Fantastic. Hopefully, you listening, it warms your heart to kind of hear these guys show you who they are. Not just say who they are, but show you who they are. Not just with how they play and what they say, but also what they do. And giving of their time out here today, all day. And like you just said, Blake, this line is still, I mean.
No, there are hundreds of people still in line.
Where is Lance? Lance is showing the video of up on the stage, but if he pans to the back, hey, can you get him to pan? Lance, can you give me the back of the crowd so people can see how long this line still is? The line is still snaked around this whole place.
As the Victors breaks out in the middle of a Somerset collection led by Blake Corum on the stage.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I mean, and then if you look up top.
Yeah, the top of Santa's Castle, people are up top taking pictures, looking down.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing event. It was great to be a part of this. You know how you do some things, and you're gonna have fun, but this is fun and fulfilling.
Yeah,
like
it's very rewarding.
To be a part of it.
To see the people that are bringing bags of toys. We talked about this, right? Bags of toys. I've been watching the National Guard bagging the toys in these huge and then boxing them up.
Oh,
and
by
just
the way,
carrying them out.
Quick. Oh, so the National Guard, they said they're taking you and I up in a helicopter this summer.
We'll see about that. They have extra bags.
They say, yeah, Sam and Ira, you got to go up in the helicopter with the team.
Okay, well, okay, cool.
I just put you on the spot.
You did. We'll see about that. Well, I need a lot of nausea meds.
Your wife is for it.
Yeah, I'm
She's good
sure.
for
I'm
it?
sure my wife is for it.
Yeah, she said you could go up in a helicopter, right? Can't Ira go up in a helicopter with us this summer? See, told you. That's what it's all about. So
and then
now,
a little Mr. Brightside to
Yeah.
cap the event here as well.
yeah. So Blake, this tells you a lot about him, though. So they got to flip this around for the signing thing that's coming up in just like an hour and a half.
Yep.
But he's gonna take that time
to walk the line
instead of resting. He's gonna walk the line, going around to greet every person that came out here to give gifts. That is what I'm talking about when you say these guys. When I say these guys are showing you who they are. So definitely got to give a lot of thanks to Blake for putting this event on, for Wolverine Boots and the National Guard and Champion Circle for making it happen. And then for all these people for coming out and really making the event
and
what
Nate
it is.
Forbes and Somerset for hosting.
Absolutely.
Got to have a place to do it. It turned out to be a phenomenal event. You never know what it's going to look like in a mall.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Did they say? What did Nate say when he came on? A couple hundred people. Whose estimate was that?
I'm pretty sure they've blown past 5,000 people in the line.
Yeah, whose estimate was a few hundred? I mean, come on, man. This has been unbelievable. But it's like I said, it speaks to how much people really, really are determined to help others, but then also how much they really love Michigan.
It's
I mean,
a combination,
two things
right?
come
It's a
together.
combination of helping other people and loving Michigan and Blake and all this coming together. And we talk about it anytime, whether it's Magic, anything we can do with our listeners, Magic Christmas or helping Mod or this event, anything. The Michigan fans show up because they know what is important in our community and they want to support our community. And it's it showed because this is not going to quiet down anytime soon. I can see Mike and Ben Hall and a couple of guys walking through the line, taking pictures over there. They're Mason Graham.
Cool.
Yeah, Mason Graham's pretty easy to or hard to miss. So
That's cool. And
they're
see,
walking around. It's great.
That's what's so cool about these guys going through the line, helping Blake out, picking up your
There goes
teammate.
Rayshon Benny. Yo,
helping your teammate out. I mean, it'd be really, really tough for Blake to get to every single person. So his teammates are helping him out. He's gonna make the effort.
He's gonna try.
He's gonna try, but his teammates are gonna pick him up in case he can't get to them all. What's up, Ray? Good to see you, man. Rayshon Benny. Gotta love this team, Myron.
There's
You gotta love
something
this
about
team.
this team, and I cannot wait. Now, you and I have a lot of rating between now and then, but it's a Saturday, so we can take this opportunity on a Saturday to say that in 23 days from now, we are going to be in Pasadena, California, and it is going to be absolutely awesome to be out there. I can't wait. By the way, Sam, we didn't mention it, but we're on the radio live, so we should mention it's been 1,470 days since Ohio State last beat Michigan on the football field, and in 23 days, they will not be in the Rose Bowl. Michigan will be playing in the college football playoff semifinal.
Yeah, so it's time for some thank yous. Thank you to my man Miz back in the studio.
Great job, Miz.
Thank you to Derek and Josh.
Great job, crew.
Man, especially Derek, who if Derek didn't do what Derek did, you wouldn't be seeing this live right now. So y'all need to give a shout out to Derek for doing what he did. He's big time. A shout out to my team. Ben Krasner on the ones and twos on the switcher. Lance over there on the gimbal camera. We got my man Josh Newkirk on the stick mic. We got my baby boy, Aaron Webb.
Technically, he's
okay.
the oldest of the baby
boy.
boys.
My oldest boy on the camera. You know, so many people help make this day possible, and we gotta give a lot of credit. Thank you to Mitch Album because he had his radiothon.
They
that
made
raised over
$2 million on Thursday on WJR, our sister station.
He had the thing wired so
Set
they
for
could
us to
do
go.
the show, and we're using his setup. So thank you to Mitch Album and WJR. They helped promote it. I was on Sean Belegian and Lomas' show last night, so they were helping promote it. To the Somerset Collection and Nate Forbes for putting this event on. It has been a fantastic event, and of course the Wolverine Boots, the National Guard, and Champion Circle. This has been an amazing experience. We hope that you enjoyed it. We hope that you join us when we are back on the air next week, and certainly when we go to Pasadena for the Rose Bowl. Thanks for watching this special edition of the Michigan Insider on Sports Talk 1050 WTK The Ticket, the official voice of University of Michigan Sports Ann Arbor, a Cumulus station.
Thank you, Ms. Great job, team. Great job, everybody.
End.
You guys are great.
There we
You guys
go.
are great. You guys are great.